Welcome back to another explainer brought to you by Forge College. Grab your hard hats, folks, because today we're mapping out the absolute ultimate launch sequence for your code. That's right, we are diving deep into testing, deploying, and monitoring Switchboard consumers on Solana.
Now hold on a second, I know exactly what some of you are thinking. Weren't we just talking about security and user experience considerations for ERC-4337 on Ethereum? Yep. You might be feeling a little cross-chain whiplash right now, but shake it off. We are pivoting right back into the high-speed, high-stakes Solana ecosystem. Just to ground us real quick, let's look at exactly where we are in your learning journey. We're deep into the Solana ecosystem track, specifically navigating the oracles and on-chain data infrastructure course, and we're wrapping up the module on custom data consumers. You've already built your aggregators' fallback and quorum strategies. Now we make them bulletproof. All right, let's dive into this. So, let's talk about the absolute danger of the YOLO deploy. Basically, why we never, ever just deploy blindly. Look, writing great fallback and quorum logic, it's an incredible feeling. You sit there feeling like an absolute genius. But honestly, it's completely useless if your code just blows up on the launchpad the exact second it interacts with a live network. Local testing is this Zen-like paradise, right? Your code always works, you have zero latency, the network is your best friend. But production chaos? Pure terror. Out in the wild on Solana mainnet, you're going to face congested RPCs, unexpected feed jitter, and offline oracles. We absolutely need rigorous staging environments because we simply cannot let production be the first time our code meets reality. Which brings us to the dress rehearsal. We're talking CI and staging workflows. Think of your continuous integration and continuous deployment, your CI/CD pipeline, as exactly that. A dress rehearsal. It is literally designed to catch regressions in your logic before they can cause a massive data outage. In a standard, rock-solid GitHub Actions workflow, we start at step 1 with unit tests. We want to fail fast if any of the basic logic breaks. Step 2 is where it gets really interesting. We spin up a short-lived local validator to run deterministic integration tests. We actually simulate things like aggregator updates and liveness failures right there. If that passes, we hit step 3, building our Docker artifact, and finally step 4, pushing the whole shebang to a staging environment. But hang on, we are definitely not done before pushing to production. We need a smoke test. For anyone newer to this, a smoke test is a deterministic check verifying your consumer's output and health in staging before any production release. This is your ultimate gatekeeper. It has to pass or your artifact goes absolutely nowhere. The concrete logic behind a good smoke test is actually pretty fascinating. We aren't just asking, hey, is the server on? We're asking the blockchain, is this data actually correct? In TypeScript, for instance, we might expect our on-chain numeric value to fall tightly between 0.5 and 2.0, which accounts for natural market fluctuation. And crucially, we check that the timestamp age is less than or equal to 120 seconds. If the consumer hasn't updated its on-chain account within 2 minutes, the test fails, and we halt the deployment entirely. All right, let's shift gears to mission control. We need to talk about monitoring and alerts. Let's say the deployment is a huge success. Post-launch, once your Switchboard consumer is live out in the wild, you need telemetry. You need to know it's actually working as intended and not just silently failing while your downstream DeFi protocols get absolutely wrecked by stale data. Let's look at your vital metrics. First up, result_age_seconds tells us if our on-chain results are getting stale. Quorum failures total lets us know if our oracle sources are disagreeing or going offline. Update duration seconds is a massive one. I mean, if your median update is taking over 5 seconds, your RPC is likely congested and you need to switch providers immediately. And of course, there's your general error rate. Every single metric you track must map to a clear signal, a specific alert threshold, and a prescribed runbook auction. Let's zero in on that 180 seconds. That is your initial alert threshold for result age. If your consumer hasn't successfully updated the on-chain data in 3 minutes, your mission control alarms absolutely need to be sounding. Undetected drifts in source behavior will silently destroy your data quality, and this 3-minute threshold, that's your early warning system. So, what actually happens when those alarms go off? This is where we initiate the abort sequence, utilizing runbooks and rollbacks. Runbooks and rollbacks are basically a Web3 developer's fire extinguishers. A runbook is just a prescriptive, step-by-step guide so you don't panic under pressure. If the resultage trips, you don't guess, you follow the list. Check the consumer logs for the last 60 seconds. Verify RPC connectivity by pinging getSlot. Validate your signer rotation. Restart the updater process. And if literally none of that works, You immediately roll back and create an incident ticket. No heroism here, just procedure.
And speaking of rollbacks, you've got to do them right. Artifact-level rollbacks are totally non-negotiable. Please do not try to hotfix code on production during an outage. Actually, scratch that. Just don't touch production code during an outage at all. Simply promote the last known good Docker image. This stops the bleeding, it prevents compounding data regressions, and it buys you the time you need to look at the preserved logs and do a proper root cause analysis in peace.
We are in the home stretch now. Let's talk operational readiness and your pre-flight checklist. How do we make absolutely sure we've checked every single box before declaring our Switchboard consumer truly ready for production? I want you to mentally run through this pre-flight checklist every single time you deploy. CI tests passed? Check. Staging smoke tests succeeded against a live environment? Check. Are the monitoring dashboards actually live and catching data? Yes. Deployment keys securely rotated and completely hidden from your GitHub YAML? Definitely. And finally, is there a 72-hour on-call rotation defined? Because things will break, and you need to know who is holding the pager. Conditional automated checks ensure human error is minimized during that final terrifying push to production.
Okay, moving on to the next frontier, how we prep for webhooks.
Now that your consumer is safely deployed, heavily monitored, and humming along smoothly, we've got to prep for what's next in this course. What comes next relies entirely on exposing deterministic health and read endpoints. Why? Because you're going to integrate with advanced RPCs and webhooks, like Helius. These external tools need to automatically validate that your data is fresh and your schema is compatible before they start triggering massive downstream actions. Putting this in place makes your integrations infinitely more reliable. I want to leave you with a quote that really hits the nail on the head when it comes to the philosophy of robust deployment and monitoring. Verify outputs at the boundary rather than trusting only internal logs. Your internal logs can lie to you, or they can hide the fact that the blockchain state itself is stale. Always, always verify the actual on-chain output.
So, I've got to ask, is your mission control ready for launch? Take these practices, build out your CI/CD, lock down your telemetry, and never deploy blindly again. This explainer was created by Forge College. If you want to dive deeper into Switchboard, Solana, and really master the world of Web3 data infrastructure, head over to forge.college to learn more. Keep building, and we'll see you in the next one.